Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Melanie McLean, and I work as the Affinity Business Planner at York University. Welcome to you all, and thank you for being here. This is the first get-together of the LinkedIn Learning for York alumni in 2021, where we introduce you to our LinkedIn Learning team, who will provide you with tips and tricks on how to help you get the most out of your LinkedIn Learning experience. I want to extend an especially warm welcome to our newest grads, and to those of you who are heading into your career life. We wish you good luck, and we officially welcome you to our 330,000 person extended family. I'm a big believer in continuous learning at any age and career stage, and always looking for new ways to feed my curiosity. So I'm excited to be here today and absorb what our LinkedIn Learning team has to share with us. As this event is virtual and we're not all gathered in the same space, I recognize that the following land acknowledgement might not be for the territory that you're currently on. And if this is the case, please take the responsibility to acknowledge the traditional territory you are on and its current treaty holders. As a member of the York University community, I recognize that many Indigenous nations have long-standing relationships with the territories upon which York University campuses are located that precede the establishment of York University. York acknowledges its presence on the traditional territory of many Indigenous nations. The area known as Takaranto has been caretaken by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It is now home to many First Nation, Inuit, and Métis communities. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. This territory is subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. If at any point today during this session you need help with this experience, please feel free to click on the Q&A buttons on the bottom of your screen and enter your question. Our team is on hand and ready to help you. As part of the alumni engagement team, I have the great pleasure of working on behalf of the alumni community to help make programs like this available to you. And although LinkedIn Learning may be the first alumni program you're taking advantage of, it is just one of many, and we hope that you'll take advantage of many more for years to come. And although today we recognize Manulife as our generous sponsor, they are financially helping us to give you free access to LinkedIn Learning. Manulife is more than our sponsor. Manulife is also our partner, providing alumni with exclusive access to life, health, and travel insurance every day. So to learn more about the alumni community and the partners we work with on your behalf, along with many other programs available to you, please visit our website, alumniandfriends.yorku.ca. We're currently building events and services, especially to support our younger alumni, and we'd love to hear your suggestions for perks and programs. There are many ways to stay connected. First, joining our LinkedIn group. If you haven't already, please do so. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you may also want to subscribe to the York U Alumni YouTube channel, where you'll find a wide variety of York lectures and events. And of course, just a quick reminder to you to tune into this year's gratitude program. It's a series of lectures where alumni share their wisdom and experience with our newest grads. And you're always welcome to attend those live events. But if you do miss them, all the sessions are available on YouTube, as well as in the LinkedIn Learning collection that I create for you. Last month's session was an incredibly insightful talk on how millennials and Gen Z can better prepare for the post-pandemic housing market. And tomorrow's session is on virtual interviewing tips and how to do a successful interview virtually. So it is my great pleasure now to introduce you to our dedicated LinkedIn Learning team. We have Jennifer Catello and Amanda Penrith, our relationship managers, and Freya Zhang, our customer success manager. And I know they're really looking forward to walking you through ways you can gain the most out of your LinkedIn Learning access. And if you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to put them in the chat. They are fielding questions throughout the session. So now, without any further delay, I'm going to hand it over to Amanda.
Thank you.
Great. Oh, you need the presentation?
Yeah, if you just want to put that up on the screen, we can get started. I hope you folks are all doing well. We're very thankful to be here today. It's a pleasure to be talking to you. Alumni is certainly an exciting thing, and you're all going to be going on this new journey. So congratulations, and wherever you are at in your student life, in your learning, in your career, there's all kinds of ways that we're here to help you. So looking forward to dive into that a little bit more today. Melanie, I think we're still looking for that. There we
I got
go.
it. There we go.
Perfect. So we had a chance to have a little bit of an introduction, and today we're going to go through and talk about what is LinkedIn Learning. We're going to give you a demo, how to build your network, and we're going to leave lots of time for Q&A. There's 3 of us here, and we love to offer some support, and often Q&A is the best way to do that. So for me, when I've always been purpose-driven in my career. I've always been led to things that, whether it was in the nonprofit industry where I first started out, then moved to government and into politics, I've always been driven by that purpose. And, when I lost my job, we lost the government in the Liberal Party, in the provincial government. And so I was looking for my next play. And for me, what really grabbed my attention about LinkedIn was this statement here about creating economic opportunity for every member of the workforce and making sure that professionals across the world can be productive and successful. Next slide. So what's important about LinkedIn, is that we have an incredible membership base of 722 million. And the important part about that is that it opens countless opportunities for you as a student or in your career throughout your journey. We know more than ever, more than 80% of people are getting hired by their network. It's always been true for me, for example, whether I was being recruited by amazing leaders I respect, or I was following them to a certain place, I've gotten almost all of my jobs because of the network that I have and the connections that are important to me. I certainly wish that during my time in school or during my internships or my co-ops, or even during some of my first jobs, I did a better job maintaining my network. But now with LinkedIn, and creating your account, you have endless possibilities to create with professionals around the world with this huge network of companies and job postings. And especially now when the status quo of sort of in-person networking events are not possible, there is such an important place for you to be able to connect with those people online, even though you're not being able to do the same kinds of networking events in person. So you can stay informed as a professional as well about industry, whether you're in engineering or in business or in the arts. You can really interact with tons of different kinds of people on LinkedIn. So we'll talk to you a little bit more about how you can do that on your own account in a moment from now. Most of all, of course, the networking on LinkedIn can get you hired and build your career. And that's one of the things that is most important as you start your journey. So these are really big numbers. And what's important about these numbers is to remember that the economy and the workforce and the labor market are changing drastically. And what's important about these numbers is that they're real-time insights, and the intelligence shows you about how you can access up-to-date data so you're never missing a thing. So this starts within our professional community, where we have 722 million members in over 2,200 countries and territories. Next slide. Oh, sorry, you can actually go to the next one. Yep, just one more slide over.
Sorry, Amanda, I'm trying.
That's okay. I can continue.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to let it go.
That's okay. So, I think the importance when I talk about building your network, the platform is a great place to do that. It's a great place to not only find employers. We have over an incredible amount, 30 million employers are on LinkedIn with over 1 million job opportunities. So it's really important to being able to turn on some notifications, alerts, seeing how and what is available to you. There's also an incredible amount of mentors, or even if you wanted to be a mentee. So whether that's connecting with people that you already know, or if you're looking to join a specific industry, for example, you can find groups where you might be able to find some mentors who can offer you some help. So we'll dive a little bit deeper on best practices on how to do that. And lastly, there's recruiters. So we talked about the importance of getting a job and filling out those applications to get you into the place where you want to be. So it's important to remember that the sort of data insights and the analytics side on the back end for us is really important on how your LinkedIn profile connects to making sure that recruiters are seeing you to get the jobs that you really want. Next slide. So you're probably thinking this is, easier said than done. And as I've mentioned, and we all know, the world of work is changing, and students in this day and age, you face really complex and a kind of a fragmented workforce with multiple pathways to get to where you want to be. So the job market can not only be competitive, but specifically for students and recruiters, you face the most competitive job market really in history right now. But that's okay. There's lots of ways to navigate that. The other important thing to recognize is that skills are essential right now. I work with higher education institutes across the country, and more, not only is it about, getting your certificate or designation from the institution like York U that, is such an incredible, university, but it's also about being able to demonstrate those skills. So we can dive a little bit deeper about the importance of those skills and how we can help you navigate any skill gaps that you might have. So it's not just about your education any longer for hiring, it's all about those skills. And in a pandemic, when there's the need for things like medical professionals or digital transformation, there is a lot of change coming in the world of remote work. So these are all the kinds of things that we want to keep at the top of my mind. So we'll look at ways to overcome some of these things today. Next slide. For us, LinkedIn Learning is a wonderful way that we can combine a lot of these things. They're expert-led, they're up-to-date, whether it's you're looking for Excel courses to get you ready. There's new courses every week to ensure that employees have what you need, or if you're looking to, for example, get a new qualification that's on a job application that you don't have, a great way to update some of those skills. So LinkedIn Learning can really be an online learning platform for you to be able to do that. It's an online library, and what's really great, if you want to just click on the next slide, Melanie, is that you can learn basically anywhere. So there's a great tool, both obviously on your computer, but you can also download the app. So there's the LinkedIn app that is available to you, but there's also going to be a LinkedIn Learning app. So whether you're, going for a walk to get some exercise these days, or, if you're cooking dinner, you can always turn on a LinkedIn video whenever and wherever you are to be able to access that full course of libraries in order to meet your needs. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into all these different kinds of concepts. I'm going to flip it over to Jen now, and she's going to do a live demo for you to show you the platform and how you can utilize it for success.
Great. Thank you, Amanda. Can everyone see my screen now okay? I'm going to say no news is good news.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so for many of you, you have likely received via email an activation link to activate your LinkedIn Learning platform. So what I'm going to do is highlight a couple of key things to be aware of. It's a really intuitive platform, so I don't think that there's going to be a lot in terms of how to navigate it that's going to be helpful for you, other than giving you some tips and tricks. So first and foremost, when you go to your activation link, you're going to be asked whether or not you want to connect your LinkedIn profile with your LinkedIn Learning account. So what you'll see through this demonstration is that connection. I often use the analogy, LinkedIn is the house, LinkedIn Learning is the garage. So you can choose to have an attached or detached garage. I'm going to show you some of the advantages of having that attached garage and some of the functionality that comes with that. So first and foremost, you'll notice on the screen in front of you, This is my LinkedIn account. And on the landing page where you have your LinkedIn feed, you'll see if you've made that connection. So if you have an attached garage, you'll see what are the most viewed courses on LinkedIn Learning. And this typically will get updated regularly. Interestingly enough, 6 Morning Habits of High Performers has been #1 for the last couple of months. So it's a well-received course, something worth, taking a look at. You can also jump to more LinkedIn Learning courses by accessing your LinkedIn Learning account here. In addition, under the My Items, this is another access point for you to get access to your LinkedIn Learning. You'll see once you've connected the two, a My Learning component that will allow you to access any of the content that you've saved, anything that you have in progress in your history, all from within your LinkedIn profile. So it really opens up and it provides you with another door to access LinkedIn Learning. Finally, you'll see at the top here, depending on how many other products you have, the app, which is an access point, again, to LinkedIn Learning. So once you've made that connection, you'll be able to access pretty much LinkedIn Learning from all of the components of LinkedIn Learning from your LinkedIn profile, or you can go right to LinkedIn Learning and engage with the learning there. So I'll cover a couple of key things just so that you're aware of how to really leverage this in some interesting ways. So first and foremost, because I've made that connection, LinkedIn Learning's algorithm is basically pulling from my LinkedIn profile my title and then my skills. And it's pulling that information in an effort to curate content that's meaningful for me and present that content to me. So it will identify, for example, top picks. Seeing as though I'm in customer engagements, I'm customer facing, I'm in sales, it's going to provide me with those types of suggestions. It's also going to identify, because I've made that connection, what are most popular courses across my LinkedIn network. And then it will provide me some additional recommendations. So anything that my organization has provided to me or any new releases. Outside of those kind of pre-curated pieces that I can investigate and that are going to be different for every single person because it's attempting to curate it and customize it for you. There's the so under the browse function, you'll see we have identified essentially 3 different libraries. We have the business library, the creative, and the technology. Under each library, we've categorized each of the different visions of business. So from business analysis and strategy to human resources and beyond. This is an access point through which you can investigate, is this an area that I'm interested in? Is this an area that I potentially need to update my skills on? You can also use the search engine here to identify skills, subjects, and potential softwares. So let's say, for instance, you're in your role and you're looking to potentially advance. So maybe there's an opportunity to learn more about project. Simply just using that keyword project management, it'll automatically identify where it results. You can look specifically at the initial results of project management, and this will indicate that we have over, almost 1,500 courses on project management. Of the courses available, we can further subcategorize those courses. We can sort them based on match, view count, and newest. So what's helpful to note based on the type and the way that you can filter is that everything at its base within the LinkedIn Learning platform is a video. Videos range anywhere between 2 and 8 minutes in length. The videos are intended to be just-in-time learning vehicles. So if you are interested in creating a pivot table, you could put a pivot table in the subject area, access that video, watch it, and then apply it. If you're interested in becoming more of an expert in Microsoft Excel, you can put that as a subject area, watch the entire course, and then receive a certificate at the end of that course. And if you're interested in becoming a master of all Microsoft Office products, then you can look at what's referred to as a learning path. So in this example, a learning path associated with professional development is the first one here, become a project manager. So perhaps that is something that you want to engage in as a next step in your career. With this learning path, what is curated for you is a set of courses that really speak to all of the different components of achieving mastery as a project manager. So from project management foundations, and then used as a scaffolded approach, building on your skills, to project management foundation requirements, budgets, teams, so forth and so on. As you complete each one of these courses within the learning path, you'll be provided with the option to download or add your certificate to your LinkedIn profile. Returning back to the main page, I'd like to jump in and show some of the parameters of the course itself. So as Amanda mentioned, you can download the LinkedIn Learning app, which will essentially allow you to download these specific courses and take them on the go. So whether that's taking a course with you on a walk, or what I often will do is in the middle of folding some laundry, listen to a course, to allow myself to have learning kind of embedded in those different moments where I find the time. Once you've identified a set of courses that you might be interested in, there are a couple of ways to approach it. So you'll have this access piece right here under My Learning. Under My Learning, you can create what are referred to as collections. A collection is a great opportunity to combine a set of courses around a particular theme and then go back to those courses at a later date. You can also use collections, or you can save specific courses to, again, return to them. So you'll notice in the example of collections, I have a networking set of collections, I have employment set of collections, I have e-learning engagements collection, and all of these are a collection of courses that I've put together that I'm going to progressively go through as time allows. So let's go ahead and jump into a course. Now, one of the things to think through is identifying potential courses that are going to be of value for you in both transitioning within your career at the onset or transitioning into different careers. So one of the ways to really help you kind of identify what are the best courses to take is to identify the skills that you could potentially be in need of. And you can do that in a couple of ways, whether you're looking at job advertisements on LinkedIn and identifying the skills that are noted in the description or the skills section, or you can use this trusty little item here that LinkedIn has provided for free. So what this particular tool enables you to do is to enter the name, job title, specific to what potentially you might want to do or what you're currently doing in an effort to potentially upskill. Once you've identified that job title, it will identify for you the series of skills that are most like ranked highest for that particular job. This will help you identify the skills that are necessary and potentially the ones that you might want to build with the use of LinkedIn Learning. So in this case, if I wanted to build SQL, I could go back to LinkedIn Learning. I could search for that particular set of courses in alignment with that skill. And then I can focus in on a specific like basic course, or depending where I'm at, potentially identify a learning path, and then go into that course and begin taking the course to, again, enable me to learn those skills and then showcase that on my LinkedIn profile with my certificate. So a couple of things to note about the course itself. As I'm sure you've experienced if you've already logged in, there's a lot of ways to really customize it to meet your needs. So first and foremost, you can put on closed captioning. And while I often do this, I'll have closed captioning and I'll have the transcript open. And when this is playing, I'll often find it really valuable to kind of read as I'm listening. It helps me retain the information more effectively. So depending on your learning needs, you can adjust for those pieces. You will also notice in the overview, you can actually engage with the authors. So I will often follow them on LinkedIn. In the Q&A section, which is going to be a requirement or a functionality when you connect your two accounts. You won't find this if you don't make the connection. You can ask questions of other people who are taking the course. You can ask questions of the author. So it really helps you engage with the material rather than passively, accepting videos. You're actively engaging and questioning the content. In addition, you'll notice that we have this new feature referred to as learning groups. So you can actually join groups that have been curated specifically for those people who have access to LinkedIn Learning. So if you tried to search for this group on LinkedIn, you wouldn't be able to find it. Only those people who have access to LinkedIn Learning get access to this group. And you'll notice there's already 11,000 members in this group. So you could join this group. And again, this is a group specifically aligned to this particular set of skills and people who are very interested in engaging in this knowledge. So great way to start to network and potentially engage with people who are interested in this similar subject area. In addition, you'll notice if there are exercise files, you can download those to, again, prompt you to really try to be more engaged and active in your learning. And then there's a notebook section, which will allow you to take notes as you're taking them. And then once you can take those notes, you can actually save those notes at specific junctures within the course and then download, have those notes with you. Last but not least, one of my favorite components of this is the opportunity to really leverage your learning, both as a way to present yourself on LinkedIn as potentially a lifelong learner or showcase what you're learning and that progression, as well as potentially networking. So you'll notice this little icon right here, and it gives you the option to share. So there are a couple of ways you can share, but again, particular example, sharing on LinkedIn allows you to do a couple of things. So if I share this course directly on LinkedIn, you'll notice I'll have the option to share it with a connection or share it with a specific individual. So if there is someone you're following or you're looking to network with on LinkedIn, this is a great opportunity for you to potentially share a course that you think might be relevant or valuable to them. By sharing it with a particular connection, an individual, or your entire network, what you end up doing is actually making it for free to them for a 24-hour period. So it's a great way to share learning and to also share what you're learning. So if you opted to share it publicly, you could identify a couple of things that you've learned and kind of spur some conversation on LinkedIn. Finally, one thing just to be aware of is we have a series of different language options. So you have 7 options to choose from. And then in addition, you'll see under your name, there is an entire section dedicated to your settings. And then a help center. So if you encounter any issues, don't hesitate to reach out via our help center. And then in our settings section, you can adjust and set up the settings that are going to be most important to your personal learning needs. I'll just stop there and see if there are any additional questions or if any questions have come out at all through the chat before I pass it over to Freya.
There are no questions in the chat. Oh, here we go. If a course is shared publicly, does that mean that anyone can take the courses?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it will be shared publicly to your LinkedIn network, which means anyone on your LinkedIn network can take the course. Once they click to access the activation link, they'll have 24 hours to complete that course. Great. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Freya.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So my name is Freya. It's really my great pleasure to be here today. And just now, my colleagues Amanda already shared with you the benefits and the values LinkedIn and LinkedIn Learning can give to you. And also through Jennifer's tutorial on LinkedIn Learning platform, I believe you now have a better understanding about how to use LinkedIn Learning, how to take those courses in a general perspective. So for my part, I will focus on how to do how to do network on LinkedIn, as well as some very thoughtful and intriguing insights that I like to share with you. So Melanie, if you could please help me share the presentation, share the slides, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, just give me a sec here.
Or yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. So
Okay.
next, yeah. So the first and foremost, I will focus on networking. I believe that's a topic that all of you are interested in. And to get started, I think it all starts from a standard LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile will be the foundation for you to build up and to do network on LinkedIn. And your profile shows your professional story. So there are some, I like to take this opportunity to touch on some important and key sections that your profile should have. So first of all will be show off your personality with your photo, and with your banner photo would be better. And the next one would be, the next point would be to make sure to showcase your industry and your education background that can help you to attract people, especially the recruiters or your future employer, to your profile. And the third one would be the summary. I really like summary, and it's really important because summary is just like elevator pitch. That can be that should be short and sweet, but also powerful. So from your summary, that can help you to share where you are from, where you want to go, what you want to do, and what you can bring to the table. So that's a really important part. Besides summary, your work experience and your volunteer experience are also important, which can help you to showcase your personal values and your transferable skills. After that, make sure to showcase your skills, and you can ask your connections to endorse your skills. That can help you to identify your talents at your work. So if you don't have a very dedicated time to cover every single section of your profile, so please make sure that these 5 key areas can be polished and can be improved. So that can help you to create a very great looking and standard LinkedIn profile, which will be very useful and can be the foundation for you to build up your network on LinkedIn. Next slide, please. Thank you. And here I do like to share with you a new function that is really useful for you. So that is our new feature, record your name pronunciation. So for this feature, so you can record your name, and then the recording will be displayed on the right side of your name. So that can be useful can be helpful for your connections to recognize the right pronunciation of your name. So, but for this new feature is only available on your mobile. So I mean on your LinkedIn mobile app now. So make sure you can take advantage of this new feature that can help you to let the other people, or to help the other people to pronounce your name correctly. Next slide, please. Thank you. So now let's dive into how to network on LinkedIn. Here, I like to walk you through the 3-step strategy that can help you to expand your network in a good way. To start from find, to connect, and to nurture your network, to nurture your connections. Next slide, please. Thank you. So here, I like to suggest to give you some great places for you to find connections on LinkedIn to get started. So the very first one will be the company pages. That's a great place for you to find the right connections. So you can, for example, you can just search the companies you are interested in, the companies you want to work with, and then from the company page, you will see the people work here, the employees. So you are free to reach out to them or to send your invitation to them. The second place would be the groups. We have tab on your LinkedIn page that would be the groups. So from LinkedIn groups, you can, there are so many different kinds of groups on LinkedIn. You can just, choose anyone that can meet your expectation, meet your requirements, and then from the group page, you will see the group admins. So that would be my first step to, reach out to the group admin to join this group. And also you will be able to see the group members. So you can feel free to reach out to those members. You can check their title, check their work experience. If you want to reach out to them, feel free to do that. So you can build connection with them. And the third one would be alumni tour. This one is so useful for you, I think. So you will find the alumni tour on the homepage of the university. So you will see there's the alumni, a tag of alumni on the navigation bar. So here you will see some very important information for the alumni group, the alumni cohort. For example, the location they are and the companies they are right now, and also their job, their work titles. So by utilizing this alumni tool can help you have a better understanding about your alumni, and also help you to reach out to the alumni who can give you a hand or who can give you some useful information. And the other one, the last but not least, there's a very lazy but easy way for you to find your connections would be My Network. So My Network is a tab on the navigation bar on your LinkedIn page. So here you will get some very personalized recommendations. For example, the people you may know, the people from your people who within the same industry or same location. So you can just feel free to check out those recommendations and to find the connections you want to reach out to. And finally, I want to say is there's just a search. We have a search bar. You can just use it as a Google search bar, so you can search anything you want. For example, the name of people, the name of the company, or name of the job, anything you want, and you just to search. Then you will get some recommendations and search results. So you can start from here. So here are these 5 ways that can help you to find the connections on LinkedIn. Yeah, and the next slide, please. So after you find the right connections you want to reach out to, then our job is to build relationships. So build relationships is really important for you. And the way for you to do that is, the first one is you better to follow them. For example, if you find the companies you are interested in, the people, the influencers you are interested in, so you can just follow them. By doing that, you will be able to get all the posts and updates from those persons, from those companies. So you won't miss any important, updates or any important posts from those people, from those companies. So you can keep learning from them. And then is share, give a like or give comments to the post by the other people, posting by the other people. That can help you to build your relationship with them. And then take actions to connect with those people you are interested in. So here, I do like to suggest you to customize your invitation messaging. So when you send out invitation, make sure to customize the message. For example, tell them why you want to reach out to them and what you want to learn from them. So that can help you to increase the likelihood or the possibility for them to reply or to accept your invitation. So that's the second step. And the final step, and also the most important step, would be nurture your relationship and on LinkedIn. Go to next slide, please. Thank you. So here are some ways I think would be very useful for you to nurture relationships, nurture your networking on LinkedIn. So the first one would be tag connections on your post. So whenever you create your post, make sure you can tag someone related to this post. So mention them. So that can help you to to give a highlight to this person, and also can help you to break your boundary of your network, can help you to make your post reach further. And if the person can give you, give you some like a reaction back, for example, like or comments, then this post can be reached, can be sent to a further territory. So that's the first thing. And the second one would be give kudos. So that means you can, we have a function that can allow you to give kudos, to praise the work of the people. So, for example, you can celebrate a special moment. You can give praise to the job these people have done, or anything that you want to give a kudos to these people. So that's really a great way to showcase, to display your gratitude and to express your gratitude to this person. So that's really a great way to, to help you to build and maintain your relationship with your connections. The other ways that can be used are like, to give endorse of the skills of the person, or you can either ask or give recommendations to the person in your network. That's also a great way, it's a two-way, it's like a win-win situation for you and your connections to maintain your relationship and to nurture your relationship in a good way. So, each interaction matters. So make sure next time when you, just browsing, when you are browsing on LinkedIn, so make sure you can spend some time to, to mention your connections, or you can take some moments to give kudos for those special people, special person, or for special moments. And also you can, you feel free to ask somebody to ask your connections in your network to give you to give you the endorsement for your skills, or you can give recommendations for them that can help you to nurture a relationship on LinkedIn. So here are the 3 steps I just mentioned to help you connect and nurture a relationship on LinkedIn. So let's go to next step. Thank you. And here on this slide are just like a brief summary I'd like to share with you that can help you to do networking on LinkedIn. So first and foremost, break out your own sign-on and to nurture your current network, and then to build a board of advisors that can help you to to maintain and nurture your network in a that you can learn from your connections, and also you can build up your trust and increase your accountability. And so to make sure your network can be built up in a good way. So let's go to next step. And now, so I like to give you all 5 minutes so to do some exercise. You can choose either one from those 3 options. For example, maybe you can choose to use our alumni. You can search alumni, or use the alumni tool I just mentioned to follow a couple of your alumni people, and then you can give an endorsement to your connections, or you can join like a couple of groups you are interested in. So just take this couple minutes to take some actions to learn, to apply what I have just shared into action. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So I'm happy to answer it. Oh, Anna asked, are we going to send us the presentation? Yes, we will. The presentation will be, I believe, will be sent out after the webinar. Okay.
Hi, is that the end of our presentation?
No, not finished yet. We still have a part of like insights and to share with them.
Okay, just a reminder for everybody that we will have the video recording available to everybody afterwards as well.
Thank you. Oh, I got another question from Anna, and she wants to learn how to build a great LinkedIn headline. I think that's really, really a great question and really important. Yeah, headline is a really good way to, to give a very great first impression to your net connections. So there are different ways for you to learn to, to create your headline. You can, the most simple way is you can just use your work title. For example, if I am a customer success manager, I can just say customer success manager. That's most forward, the most straightforward way to do that. And another way is you can use some keywords to showcase your expertise. For example, for my headline, so instead of customer success manager, what I have here is customer success / strategic learning program consultant. So that can also let people know that what I'm focusing on and what I can bring to the table. So those are some ways for you to create your headline. And another way I can share with you is you can also use some keywords to show your passion. So what you are passionate for and what you are most good at. So those are, or some like slogans you really like, which can show, can demonstrate your interest and demonstrate your skills, demonstrate your the values you can bring to the table. So those are some ways for you to create your headlines. And I hope that can be helpful for you. All right, I think because we still have another part I like to share with you. So I think I'd better to continue. All right, so let's go to the next part. Learning never stops. So in this part, I like to share with you some great and very thoughtful insights that can support your career. Next slide, please. So I believe all of you will agree with me that nowadays the skills are changing even faster than ever. And here I like to share with you some insights we got from the most recent 2021 workplace report. On next slide. Some highlights I like to share with you is the first, upskilling and reskilling is the most, the top priority for L&D professional globally. And on the right side of this slide, you can see some top skills that have been cited by L&D professionals globally. And the most important two skills will be resilience and digital fluency. So those are the most important training skills for 2021. And I also like to share with you more details on next slide. So here are some skills, the fast growing skills in these 4 areas from our 2021 workplace report. I have them listed here. I hope these skills can give you a glimpse of those training skills, and that can be, can give you some insights and help. For example, the top 5 in business will be customer experience, the digital marketing, the data analysis, financial statements, and forecasting, analytical skills. And as you can see, the data analysis and consulting and relationship management are really important, and training in those areas. So hope you can get some insights and get some idea about where you can, what kind of areas you'd better to focus on and to keep learning to brush up your skills. And next slide, please. So let's talk about Generation Z learners. There are 2 words for them: career growth. So for Generation Z, they are learning much more now than ever before, and they are career-minded to the core. And also they turn to, they spend lots of time online to, to learn, to sharpen their hard skills and to satisfy their curiosities. So you can see the top 3 courses taken by Generation Z on LinkedIn Learning are these 3 courses: the 6 Morning Habits of High Performers, Learning Python, and Excel training. So they really spend lots of time to learn both for their self-development, their personal development, as well as those technical and technology skills to make sure they can be a better self. Yeah. Thank you. So let's talk about how LinkedIn Learning can support you. Once we know those insights, maybe you know, okay, so I know what I need to learn. So, but how LinkedIn Learning can support you, the very first thing I want to touch on would be the certification preparation and continuing education units. LinkedIn Learning can helps learners take the very next crucial step in your career journey. And for this part, but in most cases, many learners are not aware of that they have access to the certification preparation and the continuing education units with their license. So make sure that you can take advantage of these resources on LinkedIn Learning. And if you want to get more details, you can check out this link here. I have a hyperlink here. So you can get out, check out all the programs that we can offer for you. On next slide, you will see more examples, like the programs for continuing education from like, the project management, for the human resource management, as well as the certification programs we have here. For example, the popular, the Adobe, the Microsoft, the ISC, the Google. So yeah, these are, I just want to say this place is really a great place for you to explore that can definitely help you to brush up your skills and to maintain your certifications. Once you finish your course, next slide, please. So once you finish your course, I strongly recommend you to showcase your learning and your new skills. And that's also a great way for you to keep your profile updated. So you can showcase once you finish your course, you can get a certificate of the completion of this course. So you can download it, or you can just, to publish on through a post on your LinkedIn. So your whole network, can see it. And that can also be showcased in the section of license and certifications and the skills in your LinkedIn profile. So that's a really great way to help you to keep your profile updated. And next slide. Thank you. And then everything is what we can do for you is fill the skill steps, and it all starts from putting it into practice. So here are 3 steps and I like to share with you. So for example, you are searching for a job, right? So you can search the job title, you got landed in this job page. So you will see here on the second step, you will see the skills you will need to meet for this job. And then you can see some skills you already have, but some of the skills you still don't have. So you can search those skills in LinkedIn Learning. So you can, from the results, you can, just learning those courses that can help you fill the gaps. So next time when you search a job, you can please use this way. Please, use this strategy to help you to fill your gaps that can help you to land your dream job. All right, so because we only have a limited amount of time today, I do have a lot of useful resources for you that I hope you can check out after this webinar. So those resources will be, please go to next slides, or one more slides. Thank you. So here are some, in our library, we also have lots of courses that can help you to develop your personal passion, personal interest, as well as to help you to maintain your well-being and your, mental health. So make sure to check out them. And I also create some learning paths for you for your career success on next slide. So here are some hyperlinks that you can just can let you dive into those learning paths for career success. Next slide. yeah, here is the learning. Here are the learning paths I mentioned, so that can help you to, for your career success, to improve your skills, to become a successful job hunter. Yeah, and last but not least are two very useful tools I really like to recommend to you. On next slide. So the first one will be Interview Toolkit and Career Explorer. Actually, in Jennifer's demonstration, she touched on the Career Explorer a little bit. So please check out the link they shared in the chat to explore those two tools. Those who should be super useful for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We will be very happy to provide you more in details. All right, thank you so much. I think that's it. Oh, one more thing. So on the final next slide, you will see I also have enclosed a link of the new world of work and learning. Melanie, could you please go to next slide, the final one? Yeah, thank you. So here, because we are now in a new world, we are in a new world of work and learning. So I like to share with you this site. So from here, you will find all the resources for you to help you to survive and even thrive in this new world of work and learning. So if you have time, please check out this link. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Freya. Maybe there's some questions coming in. We'll give it a second. Do you mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
When somebody gets a certificate for completion of courses and attaches it to their LinkedIn profile, if they no longer are subscribed to LinkedIn Learning, does it stay with their LinkedIn profile?
That's really a great question. I believe the certification would be still stay on your LinkedIn profile, because I haven't had have such experience that those certifications disappeared. Maybe we can double check with Jennifer or Amanda. Do you know that? But for me, I don't think so.
Yep. So you are correct. The certificates, once they're put on your LinkedIn profile, stay with you, whether or not you continue to have access to LinkedIn Learning in the future.
Great. Good to know. Because there might be gaps where people are not subscribed to LinkedIn Learning for a little while. Wouldn't want to lose that. So. Okay. Well, thank you. A big thank you to the three of you, Freya, Jennifer, and Amanda, for all your information. It is a lot to take in. I'm particularly interested in the app and also the course sharing within the group. So I'd encourage everybody who's participating in this LinkedIn Learning for York Alumni platform for the next few months to go ahead and share courses amongst your peers and beyond. It's a great asset to be able to do that. And if there aren't any other questions, then I guess that concludes our session for today. This will be available for you to watch again. I'll make sure it's in the LinkedIn Learning platform in the library, so you can refer back to places that you want to revisit. But if that's everything, and I'm very happy that you could all join us today. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, take care.